Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is the Flourishing Mystic. I'm here with a collective reading. I'm going to tune into the current energies, and if any future or past energies want to come through to talk about, well, I'm here to do it. So let's see what comes through for the collective. Lately, I have been seeing this imagery of a bridge, and it's been coming through a lot of the recent readings I uploaded and also in my daily posts in my card of the day. So what I'm seeing with this bridge is sort of the gap in between the past and the future. And I feel like right now we could be caught up in vacillating between the past and looking forward and not knowing how forward we should move or how much time we should focus on the past. I'm also seeing like all of these arms and these hands grabbing someone, like pulling them backwards, pulling them back to the past. Okay. And then I've been seeing this image of a face, and it's a profile of the face looking forward. And I feel like with all the retrograde energy, we could feel like, okay, maybe the past is where it's at. These things are coming to my mind for a reason. But I feel like ultimately there's this higher calling to keep moving forward. You could feel frustrated right now because you could feel like you may be in a little bit of a standstill on this bridge. It's like there's two active timelines, the past and the future. Right now could feel like a slowdown. And this may just be what we need. We may need this slowdown to truly integrate all the lessons we've learned from the past, all the lessons we're learning actively to prepare us for this future timeline that's coming through. We have Three of Pentacles, and I like this card coming through right now because there's a reminder here of doing things right, doing things the proper way, not taking any shortcuts, not rushing through a process, especially if it's a process related to your healing, related to your life's work, your passion, your purpose in life, your creativity. In this fast-paced society, sometimes we could feel like there's such extraordinary pressure to do, pressure to perform, pressure to complete tasks one after the other and not have any breaks. I feel like with the Hangman being underneath here, rest and breaks and pauses right now are so healthy because of this sort of bridge energy. There's a lot that we're meant to really move through and not sort of gloss over, not rush through right now. There's something about showing up fully right now as we are. We don't have to be perfect. Life doesn't have to be perfect. Why is that coming up? Let's see. Someone here could really struggle with perfectionism, Page of Swords, the Empress, like really wanting to get it right. And with the Empress being in the shadow energy, like you, just like nature, okay, just like the world we live in, it is so imperfectly perfect. just as you are. And when we're striving for perfection, when we're striving for an ideal that doesn't truly exist, there's no such thing as perfection, really. Yet all is perfect, the Empress. All is divine. That's the real word for it. It's all working out. There's something about needing to surrender perfectionism, surrender some sort of external pressure. There could be a lot of things vying for your attention, vying for your time. You also may find that the current world we live in is very competitive. And if you're not keeping up with the Joneses, you'll just fall through the cracks or something. I'm seeing the opposite coming true for you, where as you continue to operate with integrity, as you continue to do quality over quantity, not only are you going to be much more at ease and in flow and in creativity, but it's like you're not going to burn out as a result. There's a lot of like feminine energy, and one thing about feminine energy is its ability to move through life at its own pace. There's a repeated message here about not rushing something, not rushing a process. Not rushing your work. The Star with the Two of Wands here in the shadow, or what you don't see. With the Star card, this is gorgeous. This is showing me such a bright future is ahead of you. Okay, I'm seeing a spotlight energy, which can point to some sort of achievement. It can point to some sort of milestone along your journey. The Star is also a very healing card. And once more, like going at one's own pace, one's own innate pace. Not trying to keep up with the world, but rather maybe setting the tone, being the creator of your own world. You have the Empress here. The page reminds me of like responding to the world's demands. The Empress here is creating your world, creating your schedule, making it fit. There are people in this lifetime, in this current timeline, who have decided that the status quo lifestyle, schedule, busybody energy, fast pace is not for them. And they find ways to thrive. And a way to do that is by reclaiming back all your power and reorienting your beliefs around time, your beliefs around limitations, around what's possible for you in your life. I see the Star coming in as hope. It's coming in as a fresh perspective of what's truly possible for you. The Star is also like a wish. I see a wish coming true for you. Two of Wands, and you've been holding on to this wish. You haven't let it go. Let's get more on this wish, perhaps. We have Six of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Six of Cups. The way it's depicted here is sort of ceremonial. ceremonial. And then the Eight of Pentacles, doing your work, staying on top of the things that matter in your life. Eight of Pentacles is typically like a work hard energy, like this is someone showing up. But what if that looks different? What if less is more? There's a Chinese proverb coming through from the Tao. I do less and I achieve more. There's someone who is mastering time or mastering their energy in such a way where they can show up, to life, to their work, their mission on their time, on their terms, get the job done exquisitely, and I'm getting not fall through the cracks. Like you're not going to be missed. You're not missing any deadlines here. Let's see if we can get more on this. Okay, Four of Cups. I feel like someone feels like they're going to miss a deadline or they're going to miss an opportunity by taking time for them, by sitting with energy, by embodying a certain strength within themselves, by taking the time to heal, taking the time to exercise, or taking the time to get respite somewhere. I know that's not a traditional meaning of the Four of Cups, but that's how it's feeling here. The Two of Cups at the bottom of this, you're never going to miss what's truly yours. In fact, I have learned from my own life experience that the more we try to push something and go at a pace that's not of our own, we have the Ten of Wands, like going at a pace that's not of our own is where we can fall short in life. I feel like this Four of Cups is a testament of someone's strength here. Like they're deciding how this current and future chapter is going to be for them. Instead of reacting, instead of immediately falling into something, immediately pushing something, they're sitting with the energy, integrating it, making sure it's a fit. Now, especially if this is love related, there could be an energy coming through for you, beloved, where there's a cup offering. Someone's offering you a cup. So this message of not feeling rushed into something still applies here. It's applying sort of in career or life purpose, creativity, but it's also applying in our love lives. Maybe even platonic relationships. Someone feels like they may miss an opportunity if they're too slow to respond, or if they don't say yes right away. Truth be told is what's for you will always be for you. I'm seeing this advice coming through of holding your power, not letting anyone or anything rush you or get you into some sort of connection if you're not completely ready. That's not to say that you can't dance with it, that you can't move with it, that you can't go, let's say this is someone you're dating, that you can't continue to date. But it's like maybe someone wants to rush a commitment while you're dating and someone else is not ready. You're in your full authority to be open to this person and tell them you're not ready if you're not. If you are, this is a completely different story. It's interesting how these two look alike. So it's not that you're not responsive to this person. I just feel like there's something beautiful and there's something powerful about taking your time right now. And then I'm getting the moon energy, and what's coming to my mind is the astrology. The astrology right now, we're in retrograde season. Venus is retrograde, Mercury is retrograde, there may be other planets. This makes sense. It makes sense not to rush. It makes sense not to go headfirst into something. It makes sense to hold on to your power and trust in some sort of divine order of things. It's just like I see with this Empress, there's someone pregnant in this imagery. It's symbolic. It's symbolic of the trust we have in nature, in our bodies, in the divine to do what it does. When we as women get pregnant, we don't force the development. It just happens. And I feel like there's a message in that. There's something in your life that's a wish, it's a desire. You've been working very hard for it for a while. For some of you, it's even a love connection that you've wanted for a while. But there's this beautiful advice of right here, right now, especially right here, right now, as I'm filming this, not needing to rush, not needing to speed some sort of movement or momentum or control. I think control is the word. This is like surrendering a bit of control here. 5 of Cups, surrendering. 6 of Wands at the bottom of that. Surrendering control. I think we have room to fit everything, so surrendering some form of needing to push or force something to be, and just letting it happen. You have double 6 here, double 2, Two Cups standing. Some of you feel like in the past you may have missed an opportunity, which may fill you with anxiety now to push things through, to rush things along. 6 of Wands is just a beautiful reminder of what's for you will always be there for you. It's waiting for you. There's like a safeguard around it. 6 of Cups is like your ancestors, your spirit team, the divine safeguarding something that is for you, that's related to a wish. We have clarity and answers coming in for you. And it's funny when we start to slow down, when we are not running into the next thing after we complete something, when we're not on the hamster wheel race, trying to compete with time, when we intentionally hold back, when we intentionally slow down, when we intentionally preserve and conserve our energy, be it maybe through meditation, through rest, through walks in nature, doing the stuff that, society would deem frivolous and time wasters. Through doing something that slows you down, that puts you at ease, is where you gain this clarity and answers. Let's see if we can get more on what you're gaining clarity about. What is this beautiful collective gaining clarity about? Trust and love. Trust and love. So you're learning how to trust in the process, trust in life itself, trust in yourself, trust in your process, like your pace. And then there's this answer coming in about love as well. So let's try to maybe open it up. Let's open up this energy. What is this collective learning or getting clarity about trust? What is the clarity? Eight of Wands. Wow. Eight of Wands has to be one of my favorite cards, because this is when stuff just happens. It just flows. Opportunity comes in, maybe expectedly or unexpectedly. Things just start working out. Eight of Wands are answered prayers is what I'm getting. Answered prayers. Answered wishes that show up for your highest good. Eight of Wands is doors opened. Opportunities. So trusting that we don't necessarily force an Eight of Wands kind of energy. This just happens. Like I said, Empress. Trusting in the process of life, trusting in our body's innate intelligence and the universal intelligence as well. Trusting that what's for you will always be for you. No one can take it away. There has been an energy in the collective around me as well of stealing, okay, or theft. This could be theft of peace, theft of someone's personal property. Why is that coming through right now? You could be getting answers about this. Something can also be returned to you. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, that black horse is standing out to me as a protector energy, a spirit animal or guide or force protecting you from scams, some sort of someone's malintent to take what's not theirs. And I'm getting it actually won't have any power over you, but the mind, if you give this more attention than it deserves, it'll start to steal your peace. Someone can also be sending bad vibes. Or maybe it's not intentional. It could be, but it could also be just their own feelings of jealousy towards you, them hyper focused on you, some other person or spirit that doesn't want you to continue, that doesn't want you to succeed. What is that all about? What is that all about? We have Four of Pentacles. Like someone wants you to be stuck somewhere. And I'm also seeing someone now recognizes, okay, this is probably you. It's like you recognize when someone's sending bad vibes or bad thoughts or some sort of like jealousy towards you, or perhaps like this feeling of someone not wanting you to succeed or thrive. You now recognize this, what it feels like, how it shows up in your life, how it may have previously had an impact on your spirit, on your energy levels. Four of Pentacles is showing me like you recognize what to do with it. You're the High Priestess. And it's like you can transmute this. Exactly. Temperance. Transmute these energies that are sent to you to sort of derail you or to make you doubt yourself, doubt your path, your purpose, perhaps even steal from you. You're able to turn this into gold, into like I'm getting gold. I'm also getting like an oasis. You're finding ways to transmute this and not even like returning to sender kind of energy. This is like you're harnessing this for your own spiritual protection and strength. This like amplifies the number of guides and angels around you. This is like a side note, maybe very personal message where you feel like someone has taken from you with the intent of malice, or someone has been sending strange vibes or sort of, wishing challenge your way. You've learned how to detect this energy, and you've learned or are learning, actively learning how to turn this into your personal power and strength, and how it ups your spiritual protection. Very interesting. I'm getting oasis. Turning something into an oasis. Turning something into that is prosperous. That is like sort of your gold mine. And finding peace where someone tried to send you harm. Where someone tried to throw you off track here. You've turned this into your greatest strength. Now, another thing that came through was how you're gaining clarity on love. So yeah, you're learning how to trust in the divine more. You're learning how to trust experiences. You're learning that unless you give something power over you, it won't have power over you. You have the freedom of choice. Now let's move to love. What is this collective learning or gaining answers or clarity about love? We have Five of Wands, King of Pentacles, and Ace of Wands. I feel like you may be learning the distinction between passion and love, like lust versus love, and not confusing the two. I also see that a lot of you are learning about self-preservation. Once again, not rushing anything, not rushing love, not rushing connections, not rushing intimacy, letting it blossom as it will. and sort of sitting in some sort of divine sacred energy and allowing something to come to you as opposed to you chasing it. You're letting go of maybe a previous need of a challenge in romance. Like you don't want the challenge. What's for you is for you once again. So a lot of these messages are interchangeable for every area of our lives. This Devil card just flipped over in a weird way. I want to say I feel like the past has been calling you. The past has been calling you lately. And you're choosing wisely, I see. Like, you're choosing freedom. You're choosing some sort of higher... It's like you're really honoring yourself now. But I do see like the past has been calling you. Initially, it was confusing though. What's this energy on the past calling? We have the Tower and the Lover's card here. Something about the past calling, right? Tower. There could be a breakdown. There could be like you've had an epiphany is what it looks like. And I do truly believe that the past doesn't have any grip or hold on you. That's why it's trying so hard to pull you back, trying so hard to grasp on you. There could be a lot of like mental, emotional, or dream activity where you feel like particularly in these realms is where the past keeps like trying to hold on to you and pull you. Is there any advice on this? Ace of Swords is clarity. I just also like grasp for air, and it feels like a breath of fresh air. What feels like a breath of fresh air? Most likely nothing in the past. If it is, it should feel like a breath of fresh air. If something doesn't feel light, if it doesn't feel like you can grow your wings, like you can blossom here, like something is blossoming, then it's likely not meant to be in your future. If there's like I don't know why I'm seeing like a dead energy trying to still hold on to you, or that you're trying to still revive. This is where you can run into this Tower. But there will be an epiphany around this. Ace, and then there's Ace of Cups. I feel like love comes when you're not looking for it as well. Love, I'm seeing like the imagery of someone who was trying to hold on to a butterfly and then just releasing their palms and letting it fly. This could be something that you have done where you've let something go, you've released it, you've like let go of your grip on it as well. And something is now going to fly to you. I'm getting this message that you're more attractive, your energy, your aura is more attractive when you allow room for receptivity, when you are simply allowing, when you're not grasping, when you're just maybe, it's like the temperature is right of the water, or the mood is right now for something to come to you. Ace of Cups. And you don't have to search for this thing. You don't have to search. Two of Swords. Something comes to you. Wheel of Fortune. Something comes to you. Let's get some more here. Any more messages for this collective? Current energy. You have patience. Number 28. I feel like your superpower right now will be in your patience. It'll be in your stillness. I'm seeing the number 28 stand out to me. And I'm also getting, like, for some, 28 days is standing out, but also 2028. 2028 could be a very powerful year where all of this patience really pays off. They say patience is a virtue. That's for a reason. Patience pays off is what's coming through. 28. That's only 3 years from now. Seems like a lot, but look how quickly we're moving through time. We have stillness. Again. And then chaos here, like stillness in the chaos, stillness in the storm, patience through the storms of life, patience while things are not seemingly going your way. I see abundance being at the other side of this. And in this stillness, you're gaining your life force energy. You are reclaiming it. You're not giving it away freely. You're not giving it away mindlessly. There's something about intentionality. There's something about strategy. And now the snake energy is coming through, snake medicine. There's something about strategy that is coming in as important. Stealth. We have creativity. Something about, like, I'm hearing Rome wasn't built overnight. Rome wasn't built overnight, and to be cautious and weary of something that is quick to rise, because there could be a fall that is just as quick. So if you are, we started with the Three of Pentacles. If you are lovingly devoted to something, putting your heart into something, there's just something pure and wholesome about this Three of Pentacles. I'll pull it closer. Where someone's just doing their art, they're doing their purpose. They're not trying to keep up with the Joneses. They're not trying to make this happen sooner than it needs to. Like, someone's not looking for overnight success, or if you were, the advice here is not to seek overnight success, because I'm getting the fall can be just as quick. There's something about doing it right. Doing it right. Creativity, because there's something coming through about sustainability. The collective, like the fast-paced society that we live in, there's something about like a crash and burn about that. A crash and burn, like burnt out. Their creative juices are not going to flow because they're just forcing stuff. I'm getting, again, Rome wasn't built overnight, but also some of the best artwork in Rome, in the cathedrals, how that took time. Something about a labor of love. And how in this today's society that is like ridiculed because we want things now and we want things fast. Someone's going to be going against status quo and going to find their greatest art, their greatest gifts. I'm called to this deck, but I feel like there's one more here as well. One more here. What is it? As I said, greatest gifts. There's something about that. There's something more. Reflection. The mountain. Vast vistas. Not needing to climb the mountain overnight. Pacing yourself is where there's miracles, freedom. Freedom, I'm getting away from the chaos. We have love, focus. Okay. I'm really guided to the goddess Isis. There may be a message in here for you, collective. We have pyramid of light, psychic protection. Psychic protection. As a being of light, darker energies may at times seek to interfere with your spiritual progress. There is nothing to fear and only more awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. The pyramid of light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path, and it is now time for that interference to cease completely through loving divine power. So there is this acknowledgement here of what came through earlier about an interfering energy. Someone or some group or many people possibly wanting to interfere with your path, interfere with your progress. There was something that came through that, oddly enough, when interfering energies come to us and when we can detect them and recognize them, they don't have power over us. They're nothing to fear. And I'm also hearing you have there's only something to gain, okay? So like, oddly enough, the people that send you interference, send you negativity, evil eye energy, whatever, they're actually losing power. They're actually losing bits of their soul and interfering with their own karma, interfering with their own progress, especially in the long run. And you only have something to gain here. Like, it's an opportunity here for you. Something to do with loving divine power. It's like it shows you what you're made of. It shows you the power of loving divine power. You have divine sun child. Blessings of the sun flow to you now. It's time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. It is your time to shine bright. So someone could have thrown shadow or a veil over you. And this could have been someone in your field, someone in your environment. This could have been family members. Not the benevolent kind. But I'm seeing like there was a time where someone or a spirit threw like I'm seeing a cast or a veil or a shield or a shadow. So a lot of your gifts, a lot of your talents, a lot of your self-worth were even undetectable to you, invisible, unreachable to you. I like how the divine sun child is coming right after psychic protection, because there's like a confirmation energy of you're permitted to shine your light now. There's this feeling of being gifted this ability to shine now, gifted this ability to even see your brightness, to see all that you're made of, your divinity. And instead of hiding that in fear of someone throwing shade your way, the divine is not going to allow this to happen. You are meant to shine, and you're meant to shine bright. And that can irritate a lot of those dark souls, those lost souls. But you're meant to shine anyways, because this is about you. This is about your path. There's something about you have been hidden for a while, or you have kept yourself hidden or small. It's something to do with this interference. I think you're seeing things clearly, or you're understanding that no one or nothing has power over you. And you're trusting in you're trusting in the divine, really, to take care of, to cease completely the interference, so that you can now shine fully, so that you can now flourish, so that blessings can find you. We have Miracle of Isis and Mother of Life. Isis offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being part of it, you are guided to now accept the possibility of miraculous healing. Let go and let the goddess be. Okay, this is tying in with that beautiful Hanged Man of letting go, of releasing, of surrendering, letting it all go. And when I mean all, I mean everything that doesn't serve you, everything that maybe those interfering energies have got you to engage with or stay stuck on as distractions. This is like pulling you back to your center, to your power, so that you can see what is a distraction in your life. Okay, you have Mother of Life here. When life seems dry, depleted, filled with repetitive tasks, or simply stagnant and stifled, Isis, the mother of life, holds the ability to revive even the most numb, resistant, and difficult circumstances in your life. She calls to you now, seeking to bestow gifts of life upon you. Be bold and brave. Open your arms to receive. Open your arms to receive. One more. Life restored. Spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed. Life restored. This is a time of renewal. This is a time of stepping into co-creation with the divine. You're on this bridge and you're moving forward. The past is still coloring this bridge and your experiences, but there's like this renewal energy coming up, and I sense for a lot of us come the end of the month, and especially Aries season moving forward, we are going to feel less held back and more free to, I want to say blossom, free to prosper, free to fly, free to be free, okay? Free to love. Life restored. I'm going to leave it on this note for now. If you enjoyed this reading, let me know in the comments below. I invite you to subscribe to stay connected. If you want a personal reading, you can always book me on my website. The link is in the description box below. Until next time, take care.